What happens when the WNBA's most jealous player finally faces the consequences of her actions? A.A. Wilson spent months undermining Caitlin Clark's historic rookie and sophomore seasons, claiming she deserved the Nike shoe more than Clark and disparaging every achievement Clark earned. Now, while Clark prepares for Team USA camp alongside rising stars like Aaliyah Boston and Paige Bueckers, Wilson is left watching from the sidelines. The player who tried to tear down one of women's basketball's brightest stars has learned that attacking the face of the sport comes with serious consequences. She was removed from Team USA. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, has been handed the keys to the future of women's basketball. Her invitation to the elite Duke training camp is more than a roster spot. It's a coronation of the next era of Team USA dominance. Being called to Team USA isn't just an evaluation, it's a statement. You are being anointed. The roster at Duke reads like a fantasy draft of basketball's brightest stars. Paige Bueckers brings her championship pedigree from college. Aaliyah Boston arrives fresh off a dominant WNBA season with the Indiana Fever, proving she can compete at the highest level alongside Clark. Angel Reese adds rebounding prowess and competitive fire, while Guji Watkins represents the next wave of collegiate talent. What makes this camp truly different is that every player complements Caitlin Clark's unique skill set perfectly. Sue Bird's leadership role signals the direction of USA basketball. She wasn't brought back to maintain old traditions, but to bridge the gap between Team USA's past and its future. Bird understands pace and space basketball better than almost anyone, and she recognizes that Clark's style isn't just effective, it's the blueprint for the future of international competition. USA Basketball has redesigned its offensive system around speed, spacing, and transition play. Gone are the days of grinding possessions in the half court. The new approach emphasizes pushing the tempo, creating open three-point opportunities, and allowing the team's most dynamic playmaker, Caitlin Clark, to orchestrate the offense. Every drill at Duke focuses on transition basketball, ball movement, and generating advantages through pace. Skills Clark has spent the past 2 years perfecting in the WNBA. Behind the scenes, coaches are already constructing the 2026 World Cup rotation, with Clark as the primary floor general. The question is no longer whether she can handle the responsibility, it's how to maximize her impact on the international stage. Conversations revolve around her minutes, the lineups that best complement her, and the strategies that leverage her skill set. This preparation gives Clark something most Team USA rookies never experience: time to develop genuine chemistry with her international teammates. 2 full years before the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics mean hundreds of practices, multiple exhibition games, and opportunities to build the trust and cohesion that win gold medals. By the time competition begins, Clark won't be learning the system, she will be running it. Basketball insiders expect Clark to bypass the traditional rookie hierarchy entirely. Unlike most newcomers who spend their first cycle learning from the bench, Clark is stepping in as a central figure from day one. Caitlin Clark's combination of skill, leadership, and marketability makes her too valuable to sit on the sidelines. She will earn meaningful minutes from day one at Team USA, potentially even a starting role depending on how quickly she adapts to the international game. The camp emphasizes evaluation and chemistry building over intense competition, an environment where Clark thrives. Her basketball IQ, court vision, and ability to elevate teammates under pressure translate perfectly to international play. Team USA is entering a generational shift, and Clark sits at the center of it. The old guard built success on defense and rebounding. This new era will win through offensive creativity, pace, and transition basketball. Clark doesn't just fit this vision, she embodies it. Meanwhile, A.A. Wilson is left watching from the sidelines, a stark reminder of the consequences of jealousy and toxic behavior. Wilson spent months attempting to undermine Clark, launching attacks designed to overshadow the rising superstar. Her I Have a Shoe Too campaign exposed her insecurities, as Clark dominated Nike endorsements and broke attendance records, selling out arenas nationwide. Wilson's social media posts were awkward and transparent attempts to ride Clark's coattails, timed to coincide with Clark's major achievements. Fans saw right through it. Wilson wasn't celebrating her own accomplishments, she was begging for attention that naturally flowed to Clark. Wilson publicly questioned every milestone Clark reached. When Clark set assist records, Wilson downplayed them. When Clark earned Rookie of the Year honors, Wilson criticized the voting process. When Clark's jersey became the best-selling WNBA merchandise of all time, Wilson complained about marketing unfairness. She even claimed she earned the same speaking fees as Clark at corporate events, a statement that rang hollow. Major corporations were lining up to book Clark, paying premium rates for her appearances, while Wilson's speaking calendar looked nowhere near as impressive. Basketball insiders watched Wilson's behavior with growing alarm. Her repeated attacks on the very player bringing unprecedented attention to women's basketball made it clear that jealousy had overtaken her judgment. While Clark breaks records and sets the stage for a new era of Team USA dominance, Wilson is left to witness it all from the outside. Caitlin Clark was drawing new fans to the sport with every game. Television ratings soared, merchandise sales shattered records, and the entire league benefited from her rising star power. Meanwhile, A.A. Wilson criticized the very player lifting the profile of women's basketball. Each jealous outburst only highlighted the growing gap between Wilson's declining relevance and Clark's meteoric rise. While Clark graced national magazine covers, Wilson tweeted complaints about media coverage. While Clark signed multi-million-dollar endorsement deals, Wilson questioned why she wasn't receiving the same opportunities. The contrast could not have been clearer. Wilson's attacks soon crossed into personal territory, including a claim that Clark's Time Magazine Athlete of the Year recognition was influenced by race rather than merit, a comment that revealed Wilson's desperation to diminish Clark's achievements. She seemed unable to celebrate the growth of women's basketball without making it about herself. When Clark's popularity attracted new sponsors and historic attendance numbers, Wilson complained about unequal treatment and questioned the authenticity of fan support. She actively undermined the sport's best interests out of jealousy. Her campaign backfired spectacularly, damaging her reputation with fans, sponsors, and USA basketball officials. Every attack on Clark reflected poorly on Wilson's professionalism, transforming her from a respected veteran into the player unable to handle another athlete's success. This behavior set the stage for Team USA's decision to move forward without her, building instead around the player she spent months trying to tear down. A single business deal underscored Clark's dominance and the power shift in the WNBA. When Nike offered her an 8-year, $28 million contract, it sent shockwaves through the league and confirmed her marketability and global appeal. Wilson's immediate response was not congratulatory. Instead, she posted passive-aggressive comments about her own delayed shoe launch, revealing her frustration that a rookie had secured a historic deal she had long sought. Clark's Kobe-branded sneakers sold out within minutes across multiple retailers, while Wilson's releases struggled to gain traction. Fans camped online for Clark's drop, with resellers flipping the shoes at double retail prices. Wilson's sneakers barely registered on social media. The contrast was undeniable. Clark had captured the imagination of basketball fans worldwide, while Wilson could not generate comparable excitement despite years of effort. The numbers spoke volumes. Clark commanded premium rates for appearances, endorsements, and partnerships. Despite Wilson's championships and individual accolades, her market value remained a fraction of Clark's. Corporate sponsors were eager to align with Clark, further solidifying her status as the league's premier marketable star. Wilson's attempts to claim equal footing only emphasized the reality. Clark had become the defining figure in women's basketball, both on and off the court. Wilson's attempts to compete with Clark in the business arena only highlighted how far behind she really was. She posted about her own endorsement deals and shared behind-the-scenes content from her Nike shoots, hoping to generate engagement similar to Clark's. The harder she tried, the clearer it became that she was playing in a completely different league. Nike quietly reshaped its women's basketball marketing strategy around Caitlin Clark's global appeal. Clark had become a transcendent figure, attracting fans who had never followed women's basketball and bringing in viewers from other sports. Nike restructured its women's division to maximize her impact across multiple product lines and campaigns, while corporate America took notice. Major brands reached out to Clark's representatives for partnerships. Television networks bid for rights to broadcast her games, and merchandise companies built entire product lines around her brand. Wilson watched from the sidelines as Clark's influence exploded. Forbes featured Clark in major articles on sports marketing and athlete endorsements. Financial publications analyzed her economic impact on the WNBA, and business schools used her as a case study in branding and market penetration. Meanwhile, Wilson's visibility remained limited to basketball publications and regional coverage. Clark's Nike deal confirmed that she had transcended basketball, becoming a global sports icon capable of driving consumer behavior. Retailers stocked her merchandise in prime locations, international markets demanded her products, and corporate executives name-dropped her in earnings calls to explain revenue growth. Wilson scrambled to maintain relevance as sponsors redirected budgets toward Clark. Media opportunities shifted to accommodate her schedule, and the marketplace made clear which player represented the future of women's basketball. Her jealousy and attacks backfired completely. Clark's rise was unstoppable, and Wilson's efforts only exposed her own limitations. Now, Clark prepares for Team USA camp alongside rising stars like Aaliyah Boston and Paige Buchers, while Wilson watches from home. Clark continues ascending to new heights, poised to lead her generation in the 2026 World Cup and 2028 Olympics. Wilson will not be part of that story.